Hello Prep.1. Our lesson today is a component force with motion. What I meant by a component force with motion? A component force with motion means the force that results from the moving of any object. Okay? For example, if your body in a moving car, so your body now in a moving state. Okay? When you are in a moving car, your body now in a moving state. Then, what happens when the car stops suddenly? What happens when the car stops suddenly? Your body is rushed forward. Why? Why your body is rushed forward? To resist the change. The change? What is the change here? The change here is from moving state to stopping state. So your body to try to resist this change by this movement, like rushing forward. Okay? Okay. In the other side, if your body in a stopping car, so your body now in a rest state. Then, when the car moves suddenly, your body is rushed backward, not forward now, is rushed backward. As your body try to resist the change. What is the change in this case? The change in this case is change from stopping state to moving state. This movement of your body inside the car considered as a force accompanied with motion, and this type is called inertia force. Okay, so now what is meant by inertia force? Inertia force is a property of an object to resist the change of its phase from rest to motion, like your body when it tries to resist the change that happens inside the car. Okay guys? Okay. Now this is a very important note, so pay attention. If your body in a moving car, so your body in a moving state, we said this. In the first case, the body tried to resist the change from moving state to stopping state. And in the second case, your body tried to resist the change from stopping state to the movement state. Okay? Okay. Now, the second type of the force. It is a friction force. What I meant by friction force? Friction force is a force that arises between two objects when they touch each other. For example, if you are rubbing your hands together, you feel that heat energy is generated between them. This heat energy is produced due to friction force. So what is meant by friction force? Friction force is a force that arises between two surfaces when they touch each other. When you walk on the ground, there is a friction force between your foot and the ground. When the car moves on the road, so there is a friction force between the car tire and the road, and so on. Any two objects touch each other, there is a friction force between them. Okay? Okay. Now, the friction force has benefits. What are the benefits of friction force? It helps us to control the car movement or the car speed. Helps us to start the movement of the car, start the motion of the car, or stop the car. Okay, this is the first benefit. Number 2, prevent slipping down during motion or during walking, as there is a friction force between your leg and the ground. Okay. Friction force has many harms. What are the harms of friction force? Friction force increases the temperature between the internal parts of the machine. Increasing temperature, so the machine will damage. Okay, how can we do to decrease friction force to protect the machine from damage? Number 1, to reduce friction force, we can use lubricating and oiling. We can use oil, like in this picture. I can put oil between the internal parts of the machine to decrease friction force between the internal parts and decrease the temperature between them, so I protect the machine from damage. Okay. If I have a question, give reason. We use oil in the internal parts of the machine. The answer will be to reduce or to decrease the friction force between the internal parts and protect it from a damage. Okay. The last type of force accompanied with motion, the force inside living organisms, like this. Force inside living organisms. What are the forces inside the living organisms? Like the contraction and relaxation of the heart muscles. The heart muscles, to pump the blood to all your body parts, it must be relaxed and contracts. This motion accompanied with the force. Okay. The second example, force accompanied of contraction or relaxation of any muscles in your body, like the heart, like number 1. Number 3, a force accompanied with the motion of the liquid from the soil to the plant. When the liquid transfers from the soil to the plant, this will need a force. So this is another type of force accompanied with motion inside the living organisms. Okay. This is the model answer of your school book, page 50. Please study the lesson well, listen to the video well, then try to answer your question in school book in page 50, then check your answer from this model answer. Thank you and goodbye.